Okay, this is a quick video that tells you or shows you how to fit the cruise control mechanisms to a Landrover Discovery 2. This is a 51 plate, so 2001 Landrover Discovery 2. I bought the conversion kit off eBay for £30, so that's the sort of value you should look at. It comes with this switch, which goes on the side of the steering column. This one came with a new rear shroud, but you don't really need the shroud because the existing shroud, this is the one that I took off. You see it doesn't have the hole fitted on this side. You can cut the hole for the switch to go in just by hand if needs be. I just got this because it had the kit. And we also come with the cruise control switch that's fitted to the dash. If you pull this blank out, okay, so this is the blank switch, this one here, this is just the on off. When you pull that out, you'll see fitted in, or just pushed into the back of it here, is the white blank electrical plug. I won't bother pulling it out, but if you were to just yank it and pull it out, you'd see the, so pull that out, stick the little plastic plug on the back of it, and then click it back in, and then we're ready, we're good to go for when it's working. Okay, so how do you do it? First thing is you disconnect the battery. That's a good idea first as a starting point. Then what you need to do is turn the steering wheel through approximately 90 degrees, because what you've got to undo is these two screws from underneath. They're Torx T30, so get a screwdriver up like this underneath, like that, and you'll get to the back of them, and you'll be able to undo them. Once those two are undone, straighten up the steering wheel, and then the front of the steering wheel, the trim piece, this bit just literally just pulls up and lifts off. This is the airbag. Okay, so there's the airbag on the back, and what we've got is a little electrical plug. The reason why I've disconnected the battery is to make sure that this doesn't go off. Interestingly enough, look at that, Land Rover, Volkswagen Audi. Very good. Anyway, Volkswagen Audi plug, that just literally pulls off the back here of the airbag, and then the airbag can be lifted out, put to one side safely for refitting. Now, how do you get the shroud off? Well, basically there's a single nut in the middle, which I took off with a big 19mm ratchet, so you might need a bit of a stiff bar on it depending how tight yours is, and then the steering wheel can then pull off. Note when you pull it off that there are two plugs that need to come undone. Self-explanatory. If you're struggling with that, you're going to struggle with the whole job, to be honest. Take this off, turn the steering wheel over, and then there are just 4 screws which will unscrew the rear shroud like this, and then the rear shroud can just come off. You can replace the rear shroud. When you put it back on, just be careful, because this is the indicator and self-cancelling unit. You have to make sure that's in, and in the middle there, can you just see there is a piece of black plastic, and it has 2 tangs. So those 2 tangs correspond with the back of the steering wheel. So make sure it's in line, make sure you mark your steering wheel like I have, you know, with a scratched little line, the vertical position, otherwise when you refit your steering wheel, it may well be out and not direct. So refitting, I'm just going to put the steering wheel back on here. I'm going to put the nut in, make sure it's nice and tight. Obviously there is the torque figures, get on the internet and have a look. Put the plugs in, connect the plugs up, and hopefully away you go. Now the only thing at the moment is when you take these off, this is the audio switch that comes in on this side. Okay, so I've taken the audio switch out. Now you can see there are 2 corresponding screws that go in the audio thing, and there's something missing here in between. That can't connect into the thing. What it is there is a little metal bracket here which goes in between and sits on these 2 studs, and then it has a single screw which holds it to the steering wheel frame, and then these 2 go through, and they are screws that go into a tapped hole in this little metal bracket. So there's a metal bracket missing from here, and there should be a metal bracket that sits on this bit. Now my cruise control came and it didn't come with the metal bracket, so I'm just literally, it's across the road at my mate's now, he's making me one. But if you do get a kit, and the guy or the person is selling you the switch like this, you want to say, where is the little metal bracket? Because without that little metal bracket, and it's just like a sort of little E-shaped thing, you know, it's not an easy thing to make. Without the little metal bracket, you will not be able to fit the switches, as I found out. Okay, so that's it. So stick it all back together, screw it in, job's a good one. This is the cruise control switch, or wire for the switch, which just sat like that when I took the steering wheel cover off. So this is what we'll ultimately plug into the back of the switch in that position. And that one is the audio one, which I disconnected when I changed the strobe. Brilliant. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope this has helped. Good luck. Cheers. Thanks. Bye bye.